video, we are working on a New Year's intention. Notice I use the word intention instead of resolution. This is because everything is divine and you are exactly where you need to be. Accepting that you are here right now and you can start where you are allows you to point an arrow, to shoot towards something that you intend to go towards. Resolution infers that there is something wrong and you are completing it, you're closing it, you're resolving it. You're fixing some sort of problem. But there is nothing wrong with you. You are a beautiful being, and perhaps you've been covered in layers of stress. Perhaps you've been covered in layers of emotion like anger and sadness and loneliness. But you as a core are divine, and these layers will move, especially if you shoot an arrow to something that is divine, that is rooted in truth, out beyond it. And then you fix yourself on that point. You intend to go to that point. And you allow yourself to experience the journey of getting to that point. Understanding that you're not completely in control of the path to get there. And everything that's coming up is coming up because it's ready to be purified from your energetic field. Happy New Year! How exciting! Take a breath and think about an intention. Maybe you intend to have more connection in your relationship with your husband, more compassion for your relationship and for yourself. Maybe you are at the brink of some change. You can feel something coming up inside of you and you are looking for clarity. You intend to gain clarity. Maybe your intention is healing. You intend to heal. Take a moment to really think of an intention. Really think of where you are going. Take a deep breath. Rub your palms together. Create some friction, some heat in your hands. Bring your hands now over your eyes, looking inside. And in one word, or a very, very, very short statement, state your intention. Stating it out loud will be easier. We'll give it more power because you'll be able to hear your voice inflection. You'll be able to notice how it feels as you say it out loud. Then lower your hands back down to your heart. Taking a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Chanting Om Namah Shivaya one time. Om Namah Shivaya. Namaste. Let's move into our practice, coming onto all fours. And once you're on all fours, begin to flow through some cat and some cow, lubricating the spine, warming up the spine. Nice big rounded back. And then let the belly hang and look up at the sky. Flowing back and forth between these two postures at your pace. Firm arms as you press down into the earth for cat. Loose belly, open heart as you dive under the wave for cow. Notice if you can feel your spine, if you can feel the physical shell and then the subtle energy beginning to awaken. As you take 2 more breaths here. Throughout class, I'll remind you to return to your intention. And if you haven't decided one yet, then hopefully one will arise. Something will come as you clear space in the body. Bring yourself into table. Stick your right foot back, toes on the ground, pressing back through the heel. Keep both arms firm. Soft bend in the elbows, heart draws forward. Switching sides. Opposite foot goes back, pressing the heel back, heart drawing forward, long line of energy. This is also a subtle stretch for the calf, for the shin, warming up the ankle. Both knees come back down to the ground. Let's take the one wrist down, warming up the wrist now, back of the hand down, can shift your hips back. And then other hand, back of the hand, flat on the earth, stretching through the wrist as you gently rock the hips back. Both hands down, look at the hands, press them firmly into the ground, tuck the toes, and lift the hips, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in, and a breath out. Roll forward to plank, top of a push-up. Find your hand, soft bend in the elbow here. Then you can straighten the arms. You're just bending for softening so you can come in with power, making sure there's space around the heart, because that's where we want to plant the seed of intention, is in the heart. Feeling the fire in the body, in the belly, feeling the heels as they gently press back. Make sure your hips aren't sinking to the ground. You're lifting them up. Beautiful. Drop the left knee down. Rotate the foot out and reach the right hand up to the sky. Taking a big opening, like you were opening the curtains to see the beautiful day, the possibilities inside of your body. And then switch to the other side. Right knee comes down, make a little kickstand, step the opposite foot back and open it up. Big opening of the arms, of the heart. You can pop the hips forward, feeling a stretch across the hips. And then slowly bring your hand back down. Both knees down, tuck the toes, and lift the hips, downward facing dog. In this downward facing dog, take 5 breaths. 20, 21, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1 equals 5. Breathe into the new year, breathing into 2021.
Roll forward to plank, top of a push-up. Build a nice strong plank, find your core. And just as we did a moment ago, drop the left knee down, open up the foot, and open up to the intention. Reaching up to the sky, maybe looking up to the sky, holding this intention inside of your heart as you stretch across the heart and up. And then flow to the other side. Hand comes down, knee pivots out, opposite hand reaches up, hips are being pressed forward. Beautiful, hand comes back down. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. This time we'll reach the right foot up high to the sky, and then like we do often, we'll bring the knee to the right elbow, rolling forward to plank. Getting a little blood flowing. Inhale, back and up, and take a cross. Left elbow. Inhale, extend, and knee comes to your nose. Inhale, back and up, and this time come to pigeon pose. Knee moves to the right wrist. Coming into a pigeon that works for you. We'll slowly begin to lower down, coming down onto the forearms. And here, once your elbows are square, bring your palms together and press your palms into one another. This is a slightly different variation with the upper body. Palms pressing into one another. Find this square, this strong box around the heart. And then imagine in the center of the heart, there was an intention being planted. Breathing deep into the hips, pulling the low belly in every single breath. Check in with your back foot and tuck those toes, and so the toes are gently pressing into the ground. It's a slightly more active and engaged pigeon pose. The energy of the hands pressing together, the energy of the back toes pressing into the earth. From here, walk yourself up onto your fingertips. Take one moment and then root through the hands and step back to downward facing dog. Finding your breath, inhale, left foot up to the sky, and exhale, knee comes to your left elbow. Use your breath here. Extend and inhale, crunch and exhale, knee to right elbow. Back and up. Knee to nose, back and up, and pigeon pose, opposite side. Find your knee, step it wide, foot is engaged. You can step that back foot back just a little bit, giving yourself space, and then come down onto the elbows. Elbows are underneath the shoulders, palms come together to press, pressing the palms into one another. Give space for the heart. The heart is drawing forward into the new year, towards your intention. You're like, okay, I actually really want this. I want a deeper connection to my spiritual practice. I want to live in a bubble of love. I really want to heal this relationship. I really want to understand. What is it? Maybe for you it's to release fear, to develop trust. Intentions are great for New Year's resolutions because then you have an entire year of life to work towards and work on. Keep pressing the palms and make sure those back toes are tucked if you forgot. Gently anchoring through the back toes. Feeling the energy build in the body. Slowly come back up onto your hands. Take a moment. And then step back to downward facing dog. Big breath in. And long breath out. Drop down onto the knees. Warming up the hips, we'll floss out the hips. I love doing this exercise. Right foot to the sky. Open up the knee and lower it down. We'll do 3 on each direction. Open and down. Foot to the sky, open the knee wide, lower it down. I think that was 3. This might be a bonus. Now switch directions. Open it wide like you were a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. Kick the foot to the sky and lower it down. 2 more going this way. Up and down. Beautiful. Lower that foot and knee down. Opposite side. Sole of the foot plants on the ceiling. Open the knee wide and lower it down. Keep going using your breath. That was 3. I counted that time. Now we open wide. Plant the foot on the sky. Lower it down. Feeling the body warm up. Keeping the hands firmly rooted, the core stable. Beautiful. Both knees plant down on the ground. Let's reach the right hand up to the sky and then thread the needle. Back of the arm comes down to the ground. With the back of the arm down, really anchor into the earth. Twisting, stacking the shoulders. Take a breath. And then explore what it feels like to lift the left leg up. And if this works, see if you can balance and really use the weight of the leg to help you pour down into the shoulders, stretching through the shoulder blades. This is one of my favorite stretches for really getting underneath the shoulder blade. If that doesn't work, of course, you can keep the knee down. Take one more breath wherever you are. And slowly come back and up. Left arm reaches to the sky. Thread the needle. Back of the arm comes down. With the back of the arm down, you can really press with your right fingertips to help you rotate through the shoulder blades, lifting the heart open. And then when you're ready, explore what it feels like to lift that back leg. Reaching the right foot up high to the sky. Take a breath. This is called Fallen Angel. And it's nice to imagine that these angels are coming down to support our intentions, to help us. Knee comes down, unwinding. Both hands come down to the mat, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in, breathing into the possibilities, the space that we have in this new year. It's January, the very beginning. And then roll forward to plank. In plank pose, return to your intention. There is a little bit of effort involved in focusing ourselves. And when we have an intention, we're actually using our most precious resource, our attention. Right now, put your intention into your body, feeling your strength. You can direct this strength towards anything you wish. Drop your knees down, lower down onto the belly. First time, all the way down onto the belly. Take a breath here. And then when you're ready, roll the shoulders up and back. Lift up for a gentle baby cobra. Feeling the heart feeling the back of the body. Slowly lower down, press back, downward facing dog. Extend the right foot up to the sky, and this time we step all the way forward, coming through high lunge. Keep the knee bent and reach the hands up to the sky. Big breath in. Beautiful. Hands come down to the heart. Lift the ribs off of the hips and prayer twist. Hook your elbow on the knee. Palms press here, just like we did in pigeon. Pressing the hands to help twist in the torso. Lengthen the spine. Big breath. Both hands come back down. Step back, downward facing dog. Left foot extends. Step it forward in between the hands. Standing on 2 train tracks. Root yourself and rise. Hands come up to the sky. Big breath in. Hands come down to the heart. Slowly, prayer twist, lift up just a bit, twisting in the torso, in the rib cage. Hook your elbow on your knee. Once you're here, lock into the breath. Using the breath to help you spiral in the spine, using the breath to help you awaken the muscles in the body and the true self that's beneath this physical shell. Hands come back down, step back, downward facing dog. Rolling through a vinyasa, plank pose. Take a breath in. Exhale onto the belly or through Chaturanga Dandasana and into upward facing dog. Big breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. Extend right foot up to the sky and bring the foot forward in between the hands. Stay on the back toes, deep bend in the front knee. Inhale, reach the hands up to the sky. Find your breath. Bring the hands down to the heart and press the palms together. Pressing the palms together, find the shoulder blades back. Deep breath in. Feel the focus, the steadiness. Reach your hands to the sky. And exhale, open up, warrior 2. Intense side angle, elbow comes to the inside of the knee. Twist in the heart, look up at the sky. Reach the hand up to the sky. Using the elbow to gently press the knee open, resist the temptation to place the elbow as a rest on the leg. Big breath in. Encouraging that leg to open as you squeeze the right butt cheek. And close it down. Hand comes down, step back, downward facing dog. Extend left foot up to the sky and bring it forward in between the hands. Standing strong on both feet. When you're ready, inhale, rise. Find your breath. Bring your hands down to the heart center. Palms press into one another. Heart lifts up to the sky. The heart is drawing forward towards the hands. There's a gentle tuck of the tailbone. Fix your gaze on one point and focus. This is where I'm going.
Inhale, hands to the sky and open it up. Warrior two. Deep bend in the front knee. Transition. Elbow comes to the inside of the knee, hand to the hip. Twist the heart open. And then reach the right hand to the sky. Reaching up. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Hand comes down, step it back, downward facing dog. Roll forward to plank. Flow through a vinyasa, breath in. This time maybe all the way down onto the belly. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in downward facing dog. Look forward to the hands and step to the top of the mat. Inhale, hands to knees. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands reach up high to the sky. And exhale, hands come back to your heart. Pressing the palms together. Lift the heart up to the sky. Deep breath in. Step your right foot back. Doesn't have to be the biggest step. Back toes turn forward just a bit. Lengthen the spine, lift in the heart. Keeping the hands pressing at the heart, begin to hinge at the hips. Root through the back foot, root through the inside of the front foot. Deep breath in. Exhale, hinging even more. You can bring your hands down to blocks if you have them, or all the way down to the ground, lifting up onto your fingertips. Begin to go inside, going inside of the body. And as you go inside of the body, you can imagine you're cleaning things up. You're cleaning up any old energy that's distracting you from realizing your goal. Yogis believe we already have it all. The practice is to awaken it, to expose what is already there. Keep breathing into the body, staying with the breath as you work towards your edge and perhaps surrender through it. One more deep breath. Soften the front knee, pour your weight into the front foot, step the hands forward, back foot pops off the ground, rotate the foot open and lift up. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Hand can come to the hip, hand can come up to the sky, lifting up high. Find your gaze point and fix your gaze on one thing. Steadying your gaze helps you focus on one thing, focusing on an intention. Even when you're intending to have the world be at peace and all of a sudden there's chaos all around, you're still seeing the peace through the chaos. Because it's inside of you, you're holding your gaze, you're holding your focus. Close the pose down. Foot comes down, hand comes down. Take a breath. Inhale, hands to knees. Exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale, stand up. Reach your hands up to the sky. Look at your hands, palms touch, lower your hands to your heart center. Press your palms into one another.
Lift the heart up to the sky. Left foot steps back. Toes point forward. Deep breath in. Exhale, hinging at the hips. Big breath. Exhale, folding even more. Bring your hands down to the blocks. Checking with this front leg. Checking with the alignment of the knee. Maybe you need to have your knee bent here just a bit. That's okay. Finding the energy flow from the root of the big toe up into the hip crease and into the core. Every time the energy hits the core, it's easy, it's natural to lengthen the spine and fold a little bit deeper. So many of us want to work on our relationships. And we can do a lot of that work inside of our body. Softening our own edges. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. Softening your edges. Perhaps you can feel it in the body. This subtle letting go. Breaking through, breaking free. And you know where you're going. You decided. Beautiful. Transitioning into half moon. Soften the front foot. Pour the weight into the front foot. Make sure it's anchored. Right hand takes one step forward and then pop that back foot off of the ground. Begin to rotate in the hips. Hand can come to your hip. Hand can reach up to the sky. Steady yourself, looking down at the ground or over at the wall. Find one point to focus on. Try and keep your gaze there the entire time. Even if you're wobbly, even if there's distractions, like you can hear your cell phone beeping. This world is full of distractions. We are in the technology age and everybody is trying to claim our attention, but right now hold it on one point. Beautiful. Hand comes down. Foot comes down. Take a breath. Inhale, hands to knees. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, stand up. Reach your hands up to the sky and lower your hands down to your heart. Take a breath in mountain, close the eyes. Come into a seat. Once you're seated, bend the knees. It's the beginning of the year. It's always good to check into our core. Hands back behind the knees. Lifting up for Navasana, lift the feet, spread the toes. You can float the hands. The gaze here is just through the toes at your intention. This year, 2021, where are you going? What are you pointing your arrow at? Beautiful. Feet come in, right foot comes back towards your hip. Step your opposite leg over the top. Sit up nice and tall here. This might be a big stretch through the hip. That can be a nice place to stay if you wish.
Begin to twist, twisting, hold on to the knee, right hand comes behind you. Find your breath. Lifting in the heart. Gaze back behind you. Fix your gaze. Find one thing to look at. Slowly untwist. Both feet on the ground. Balance on your sit bones. Lean back. Lift the feet, lift the arms, Navasana. Find your breath, find your core. You can always come here behind the legs. You can always straighten, doing what's best for you. Make sure the spine stays nice and long. That'll do. Feet come down. Right hip scoots back, or right foot scoots back to your hip. Opposite foot over the top. We're twisting now to the left. Lift in the spine. Pull the belly in. Left hand back behind you. Find your breath. As you twist, looking back, fix your gaze, focus on one thing, one point. Slowly untwist. Coming down onto your back. Last pose, happy baby. Reach for the outsides of the feet, rocking left and right. Feel this freedom, this lightness that comes when we focus. And when we commit to focusing and refocusing. Continuing to return to this intention all year. Let go of your feet. Straighten your legs, arms by your sides. Take a big breath in. Exhale out the mouth. Big breath in. Creating relaxation in the body. Wiggle the body. Exhale out the mouth. You can take one more breath if you wish. And then allow yourself to rest. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. Hug your knees into your chest and roll over onto your side. Press yourself up like you know where you're going. You know what you're focused on, and you have all year to hold this in your heart, to let things unfold. Hands come to your heart. 5 more deep breaths into 2021. You have a